the road rise up to meet you, and may the wind always be at your back, and may the sun shine warm up on your face, and may the rain fall softly on your fields until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hand. This is Sister Downey, Brother Dawkins, Pastor Turner, Lil Malika, and our dynamic leader. You just heard him, Pastor L.R. Drinkwater. See you tomorrow at Redeem, and remember, God loves you. Have a great day.
KTLV, Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed or products endorsed are not necessarily those of KTLV and staff or management.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and today's show is being brought to you by your favorite Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred. If you are interested, and you are interested in insurance, call Marilyn. Telephone number is 843-0811, or you can reach at home. That number is 427-8399. Marilyn Hildred, your Allstate agent. Yesterday morning, Marilyn left Oklahoma City, went to Kansas City for a meeting, and had the opportunity to speak at that meeting. The leaders of Allstate asked her for some ideas. Marilyn, I would like to congratulate you, and may God continue to bless you. Our program is also brought to you by your favorite barber, Gates Barbershop. Robert Gates, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Gates Barbershop is a place where you can go and you can get the kind of haircut that your ladies will love. Oh, what a haircut. If you are listening out there and you have your husband, you don't like his haircut, don't worry about it. Send him to Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King. At this barbershop, if you let your son get his first haircut at Gates Barbershop, let him join the hundreds of others that have done the same. This is a Clara Luper radio show, and be sure and call your friend and tell your friend that it's Clara Luper's radio time. And I know one thing, you will either enjoy the show today or you won't. But the thing that's important is that you will listen. Hometown IGA, located at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street, and the only grocery store that's open 24 hours on the northeast side of Oklahoma City says thanks. They're having a big meat sale, and if you need some meat, I want you to go to Hometown IGA and look at that truckload meat sale. Today is the beginning of Black History Month, a month that was initiated by the Honorable Carter G. Woodson, and a month in which America will take a look at a portion of their population that has made great contributions. And today I would like to dedicate this program to the parents. Yes, as we enter Black History Week, as we begin to turn the pages of history, we must read what is not written in our books. And that's the story of parents. Many of them are black and many of them are white. But we must salute the parents. Our sympathy goes out to the families of all of you that have suffered a great loss this week. Especially we join in mourning with the students at Carl Albert High School. We also make an appeal to our young people. Slow down. Slow down. You have plenty of time. Dr. A.L. Dow would like to wish each one of you a happy Black History Month. And in doing it, he wants to make sure that your eyes are in good shape. And I would like for you to call Dr. Dow. The telephone number is 235-0536. Dr. A.L. Dow, located at 934 Northeast 8th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Dr. A.L. Dial. And you can proudly say, that's my optometrist. Today, then, is the beginning of our series on Black history. The theme for 1995 is Reflections of 1895. Three men will be looked at: Frederick Douglass, W.B. Du Bois, and Booker T. Washington. And we urge all of you to join in this study of Black history. Once again, the theme is the national theme set up by the Association of Black History is Reflections of 1895. Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois. Passion Home Health Care Incorporated, located at 3838 Northwest 36 in Oklahoma City, would like to wish you a happy Black History Month. In wishing that, they are willing to do something about it. They will take care of you. They will come into your home, minister to your every need. You don't have to worry, but you do have to call 943-5779. Mrs. Deborah Jackson has dedicated her life to helping people. What kind of help are you talking about? I'm talking about when you cannot care for yourself, when you need a hot breakfast, when you need a lunch, when you need dinner. They will come in your home, they will prepare it. They will also take on nursing duties, all as a part of their love for humanity. Deborah Jackson, Passion Home Health Care, 3838 Northwest 36th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Come home for Black history. And certain last night, guess who came to dinner at my home? Guess who came to dinner? Two young men that I really call my own children, Mickey Anderson and Samuel Craig, who is now Reverend Samuel Craig. When I lived on Park Street, they used to come. They played in my yard. They told jokes, and certainly they had some to tell. They participated in the sit-in movement, and they followed me all over this country. But last night they came home. Samuel Craig had with him his lovely wife, Henrietta. And he talked about what a wife should be and how proud he was. Oh, he was proud because he knew that his friend, Mickey Anderson, was going to get married. And then Mickey Anderson. All his life, I've known him. I call these my children, and they're very kind to me. But Mickey Anderson came home with the lovely young lady that he is going to marry, Shirley Curry. What a couple. What an opportunity. And Mickey told us, because some time ago Mickey told me he was not going to get married anymore. But he met Shirley Curry at his own church. Maybe those of you that have not met anyone, maybe you need to go to your own church and look around and then spread out. But Mickey is going to marry Shirley Curry. They're going to get married in Las Vegas, and they are coming back to Oklahoma City. And that's going to be something very special for them, and I will tell you about that later. But last night, there with them was a chairperson of the deacon board who spoke about marriage. And he had been married to a very beautiful young lady, Connie, and they met in that great state of Virginia and have been in love ever since. One of the great wishes last night was Mrs. Gloria Matthews, who told him what being in love really meant, who told him how to stay married and how to be together. Yes, they were there, giving out their own best wishes to Shirley and Mr. Mitchell Anderson. Among those that congratulated them last night and wished them good luck and gave them some secrets on how to get married were C.P. Wilson and Calvin Whitaker. That was really a combination. Curry, Miss Shirley Curry, and Mr. Mitchell Anderson are going to get married. And they are together. In fact, they say they were in love. And Mr. Bird and Mrs. Matthews and others say that love was really a factor, a strong factor in marriage. I don't know how you feel about it out there. Do you really have to love to get married? I don't know, but I do know that Johnson Shardina's Daycare Center is located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. The telephone number is 424-4656. 1643 Northeast to 5th Street, 50th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. There you know your child will be taken care of. And certainly we would like to stop and thank you for your support of Johnson Shardinas. You have been with us a long time. You have brought your children there, and you have seen your children change because of the facilities and because of the staff that make up Johnson Shardinas. You have seen it, and those of you that are looking for a good home school atmosphere, I want you to go to Johnson Shardina's preschool and nursery. I want you to meet Paul and Gloria Matthews, the owners. I want you to realize that there are programs available, educational programs. I want you to know that they have pickup and delivery service. All you have to do is call them, 424-4656, or you may call 427-7856. That's all at Johnson Shardina's Daycare, preschool, and nursery. Well, today we will once again remind you that tomorrow is Sunday, and be sure and go to church, because some of you fool me. You tell me you're going to church, and I look up you at Church's Chicken, and then come tell me, Miss Luper, I've been to church. Okay, you can't jive me because I was born on Bull Street. Helfer Avenue ran to my back door, and my telephone number is K-O-K-O-K-O. Today, I'm dedicating this program to parents as part of my Black History sponsor, as part of my Black History presentation. Because so many times we see the results, but we do not see the real thing. We do not see the cause. Oh, we brag about our politicians, our doctors, our lawyers, and all, but we don't brag about our parents. And today, parents, I want to salute you. Now, a parent sometime comes in, one parent represent both the mother and the father. I've seen parents, and I'm talking about one parent being both. And we want to stop and salute those people. Now, many of you say to me, oh, Miss Lupe, I love my mama and I love my daddy and all of that. I love my grandparents. Then why do you get in trouble? Today, I'm asking you to prove your love for your parents by staying out of trouble. We have too much to do. And you take up people that have come as far as we have. We need to stop and think. Your parents have taught you. They've taught you well. And today, I would like to salute your parents. You ask me, Clara, what do you think the parents were doing? Trying to keep kids in school. That's a big job because they have to have shoes, they have to have clothes, they have to eat. And then just think about it. After the parents have provided everything, then some young people have the audacity to look at their parents and wall their eyes and soul. How mean can you be? Maybe your parents do not speak the kind of English that you speak. But I know one thing. They are the reason that you are here. You can dress up in your Afro-American clothes or your any other kind and then look down on your parents. Shame on you. I've been into nursing homes where parents have told me that their own kids won't come out and see them. How mean can you be? And then you're talking about celebrating Black History Week, Black History Month. And the only way we can celebrate it is by taking advantage of the opportunities that we have had. But we haven't done it. We are standing on the graves of our parents and grandparents. And today I would like to salute the parents. And I would like for you to do something special for me during Black History Month. Oh, you don't have to honor me. And it's quite amusing. Last week one lady called me and said, Miss Luper, they will never honor you. I want you to know that it doesn't make any difference whether anybody will ever honor me or whether I get on any commissions or anything. But I just want you to remember me because I'm trying to do my best. And I want you to remember me because I'm telling you to show some love toward your parents. Don't wait until your parents die and nobody can hold you screaming and hollering. Mama's gone. What am I going to do now? Mama's here now. What are you going to do for your mother now? N-O-W. And I want to salute the parents that have worked, many of them day and night, to provide opportunities for their children. And don't you forget your parents. Or maybe you don't want to call them. Maybe you're too busy with your friends. But I can tell you one thing. Just wait till those bones get sick. You'll see who your friends are. Just wait till you go to the penitentiary and you'll see who your friends are. Or wait till they throw you in jail and you'll see who your friends are. Today we are saluting the parents. Many of them can't sleep at night because they don't know where their children are. Many of them have advised their children to stay away from certain people, and their children walk on their words. But I want to tell you what my parents taught me: whatever you reap, you've got to sow. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. This is the Clara Luper's Black History Special. Now, I want to offer some prizes to you. I want to offer them in two categories. One is for adults and the other one for children. We have a library, and a library is something. If you really want to succeed in life, you got to learn how to read, and you've got to read and reread. I'm going to ask Mrs. Davis and others at the Ralph Ellison's library to keep a check for me of the people that come in and check out books on Black history. Now remember, Black history is also white history because one is a reflection of the other. And the one that reads the largest number of books on Black history and its relationship. And it's not only at Ralph Ellison, at all of the libraries. I'm going to give you a prize that you will never forget. This is time to read Black history. Where do we start? Where do we go from here? Well, we start first in our own homes. We start first loving our own parents. How do you think parents feel when they know you haven't called them? And you're calling me and say, Miss Luper, what are we going to do for Black History Week? What are we going to do for Black History Month? I want to ask you, what are you doing for Black History Month? And the first thing you need to do is to show your love, your respect for your parents. That's first. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. Tonight is a big night down at University of Central Oklahoma because that university will select that one young lady that will represent UCO in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant June 18th, 24th. Now, the pageant will be televised on June 24th in Oklahoma City, but the colleges, the cities, and the groups are selecting that one person that will represent their school, their city, their community, their county on June 24th in Oklahoma City. But tonight is a big night at the University of Central Oklahoma. And I want you to be sure and attend Miss Black UCO tonight. Miss West is coordinating along with Mr. Walls and Mr. Lofton that pageant. Now, the pageant will be starting at 7 o'clock, so you be sure and be there on time. Those of you that are in the Lawton area, this is your opportunity to see Cameron University select that one young lady that will represent Cameron at the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant in June 24th, and our tickets are out. Now, if you are in the Lawton area, or if you're in Chickasha, anywhere in that area, be sure and go out tonight at Cameron University, and that pageant will be starting at 7 o'clock. The Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant will be held on March the 4th. And today I would like to announce and I would like to thank the schools, the counselors, the principals that have at least read our mail, that have at least said, this is something that I want my young people involved in. And today at 1 o'clock, the first orientation of Miss Black Oklahoma City will be held at Freedom Center. Some of the contestants are Siobhan Stinson, Danielle King, Denisha Childs, Miss Porty Goldsmith, Christina J. Thompson, Yolanda Wright, Darshinia Finley, Nardos Yoas, Latrice Miller, Yolanda Gist, Krista Nichols, Shalon Harris, Tonia Fitzpatrick, Maisha Brown. Now, if I did not call your name, you be sure and contact me and get on me. But today, all the contestants for Miss Black Oklahoma will meet at 1 o'clock at Freedom Center. The pages will meet at 3 o'clock today at Freedom Center. And when I tell you we have some beautiful pages, please believe me. They are Jasmine Battle, Megan Black, Sharonda Bowie, Daron Bowie, Veronica Bowie, Gloria Brown, Christina Carbon, Cremishala Cross, Darshell Davis, Darshell Dokes, Alicia Ellison, Katalia Fields, Paisley Ford, Krista Gaston, Alicia Hildred, Essence Horn, Keo Hornbeek, Antonetta Jackson, Shanika Jackson, C.C. McDonald, Stenia Marie Moore, Dominique Motley, Candice Newton, Thais Ray, Brandy Red, Brittany Red, Jade Roberts, Kamisha Rogers, Ann Roberts, Andrea Scott, Philnica Scales, Javon Smith, Sharita Sutton, Coco Thomas, and Chanel Whitaker. Those are the 1995 pages. If I missed one of you, call me and tell me. Give me a free hand, 3838 Northwest 36th Street, Suite 100. The telephone number is 947-8928. Yes, tonight is the night, and don't forget it. And we would like to salute the parents of these contestants and these pages. Parents that understand that the more you expose your child, the better off your child will be. Now, some of you will not expose him. You say it costs too much. Sure, it costs. Nobody's going to give anybody anything free. But I'd rather pay for a ticket tonight to let my child see those beautiful young ladies at Central State than at University of Central Oklahoma than to do anything else. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and I'm dedicating this show today to parents. As we dedicate this show to parents, we're going to salute a group of people that's a result of what parents have done. And I have invited a representative from a nursing sorority here as my very distinguished guest. And what is your name?
My name is Kathy Grisby.
Catherine, who are your parents?
My parents are Dee May and Sam Rhodes. My father is presently deceased, but my mother continues to live.
Where does your mother live?
She lives here in Oklahoma City with me.
Oh, that is just wonderful. And you see about your mother.
Yes, I do.
How many of you out there in Radio Land can say the same? How many of you are taking care and seeing about your own mother? And don't tell me about your friends. Your friends aren't worth a hole in a penny. because when it comes down to business, if you want to know who your friends are, I want you to get sick. Stay sick for a week. You see how many friends you have. And I'm talking to Mrs. Griggs
Grisby.
Grisby. Okay, Mrs. Grisby, tell me about your childhood. You grew up here in Oklahoma City.
No, ma'am. I grew up in southeastern Oklahoma in what is known as Wewoka, Oklahoma. In the country out there, a little small community, and the name of it is Nobletown. And that's where I grew up, on a farm in the country with two loving parents.
What did your parents teach you?
My parents taught me that it was important that you grow up and get an education, and not only that, but to keep the family unity together. They told us that, in trying times, that when we all stick together, we will stay together and we will be better off. So that is something that I have always believed, that as a parent, I need to be able to uh, be available for my child.
Okay, and you are available for your child. You're passing the same thing on to your child that your parents have passed on to you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where did you go to school?
I went to grade school in Nobletown, and I attended high school at Butner High School.
Butner High School. How many was in your graduating class?
There was approximately 18 people that graduated in my graduating class.
Were you in the top of your class?
Yes.
I'm really proud. I graduated from Grayson High School, and I was in the top 5 of my class. However, there were only 5 in my class. I'm talking to Mrs. Grisby. Now, you went to nursing school.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that correct? Where did you go?
I graduated from the OU College of Nursing.
Here in Oklahoma City?
Yes, ma'am.
That is really wonderful. Are there very many minorities in the nursing classes here in Oklahoma City?
There are minorities in the nursing class here in Oklahoma City, but my class was the largest class that graduated from OU College of Nursing in 1984. I believe we had 12 black students graduate at that particular time with BSNs.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, now what are you doing now?
I currently work at CPC Southwind Hospital. I am a unit manager there for a child and adolescent psychiatric unit.
Oh, I appreciate your saying that, but you realize I'm from Hoffman, and we don't have a hospital in Hoffman. So you would have to go back and make me understand exactly what you do.
What I do is I work with young people who have problems. Either they are problems of such a state of mental capacity, or they are just problems from just the normal everyday stress of life that they can't cope. Usually I work with a lot of kids that come from dysfunctional families.
I understand that you're a part of a sorority. What is the name of your sorority?
The name of the sorority that I belong to is Chi Eta Phi Sorority Incorporated. The local chapter here in Oklahoma City is Epsilon Eta.
Okay, you belong to a sorority. Well, I do too. I'm a member of the Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Now, as a sorority, what do you all do?
The purpose of this is to help to develop a core of nursing leaders to encourage continuing education, to have continuous recruitment of nursing and health professions, as well as to simulate a close and friendly relationship among the members. We also develop a working relationship with other health professionals or other professionals outside of the health field as well.
What are you doing here in Oklahoma City for the public? Are you having any kind of programs that the public can become involved in?
Yes, ma'am. We are presently putting on a workshop. It will be held February the 11th, 1995, at the Clarion Hotel. The workshop title is Paradigms for Preventions of Violence. And the reason that we're holding this workshop is simply because of what you've been talking about all along. This is Black History Month, and we felt like that this topic would be a topic that we could bring to the public at this particular time, since there is so much violence out here in the world.
And once again, where will that workshop be held?
That workshop will be held at the Clarion Hotel. The address is 4345 North Lincoln, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And it will be held February the 11th, 1995.
All right, is a public? I mean, everybody can come to your
Anybody
workshop.
can come to the workshop. It is a workshop that is for everybody. The target audience is not just nurses or doctors or social workers or lawyers, but it is also for people who are wanting to learn more about violence and what goes on and how to do something about it.
As you see it now, before the workshop, what do you think we can do to stop violence among each other?
One of the things that I think that we need to do is we need to look at the source.
You during Black History Month. I will be at the Oklahoma Military Department, and I would like to certainly thank you. I will be there on February the 8th. I will be in El Reno, Oklahoma. I will be, oh, just name it. And I received one of the sweetest letters I've ever received from a little girl who said to me, Miss Luper, please come to our school and speak on Black history. I would like for you to know that I appreciate that invitation, and I appreciate all of the invitations. And when I go to Redlands Community College in El Reno, Oklahoma, and have the opportunity to sit down with Tina Bentley and many of our leaders, I shall think about all of you. I will be participating in a tribute to great men in Boley, Oklahoma, and there I will have the opportunity to talk to many of our young men that are confined to prison. And I every week and every time I see you, I ask you to stay out of trouble. I know that you might say it's hard to do, and I would like for you to know that it's not hard to do. Just don't do it. I'm talking to Mrs. Grisby, and she is sponsoring her sorority a seminar here in Oklahoma City, and she's bringing to Oklahoma City some outstanding people, and among those, one of mine, Dr. Scotty Haskins, and others. Tell me about some other guests.
Our, our program will include such speakers as the keynote speaker, which is Rosini McKinney Foster. She is the she is the United States Attorney General appointed right now for the Western District of Oklahoma. She has been an attorney. She keeps her own private practice. She has had some dealings with legal issues involving cases of domestic violence. She was Assistant District Attorney here. She has been the Deputy Chief Federal Litigation, and she, as I said, still maintains a private practice. We also will have,
She maintains a private practice and yet serves as the acting attorney general.
at this present time, that is
Oh,
my
okay,
information.
okay.
Wesley Long will also be there. He is director of the CARE Agency, which is a community adolescent rehabilitation center. He does counseling with adolescents and their families in efforts to promote change. He also works with juvenile offenders. We will have the Patricia Hawkins, who is with Elder Care Program here in Oklahoma County. She provides assistance and designs, developments, and evaluations of case management programs to the frail. She takes care of needs of the elderly in our state. She is also a part-time instructor in gentology at Langston University. We will have Sergeant Clarence Power, who is with the Oklahoma City Police Department, who has done extensive work with Special Task Force on gang-related issues. He has worked with various communities throughout the Oklahoma City areas and setting up programs to address these issues. And our last speaker of the day will be the Reverend Dale Jacobs. He is the senior pastor of Christian Life Missionary Baptist Church, director of evangelism for the Northeast Project. Pastor Jacob has a degree in sociology. He has a master's of religious education and a doctorate of ministry degree. Throughout the years, he has remained very active and involved within his community.
I would like to also add, and I would like to congratulate the Christian Life Missionary Baptist Church and the Fifth Street Baptist Church. Dr. Reverend Jacobs is the minister at Christian Life, as you just say, and Reverend Fred Elkins at Fifth Street Church. They were the winners in the Ebony Bowl. This is a bowl that's sponsored by the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity here in Oklahoma City. And I would like to congratulate those two churches for their participation and for their ability to beat the other churches. Now that's Fifth Street and Christian Life Missionary Society. So many times I've looked at the rivers, and I joined Frederick Douglass and others in looking at the rivers, deep, black rivers. And when I think of the parents, and if I could interview them today, say, how did you make it? And they would answer in an old spiritual. And what would that be, Calvin?
Mama, that spiritual be a spiritual that is more than the spiritual. It's something that just inspires us all. And it's a song, it's a feeling, it's a dedication, it's a motivation. Listen to it. Amazing Grace.
As we listen to it, Calvin, let's remind it that that song was written by a former slave trader who, after he had sailed
Former slave trader?
Yes, the man was in the slave business, and he brought slaves from West Africa to the show, and then he changed his whole life, and he wrote Amazing Grace. Amazing
Clara
Grace.
Luper Radio Show this Saturday.
Yes, grandmother used to sing it. Great-grandmother used to sing it. Mother used to sing it. Daddy used to sing it. All our parents. And today I'm saluting the parents. And you can make your parents happy during Black History Month by saying, no crime for me, mother. No crime for me. I would rather for my tongue to freeze in my mouth than to curse my parents, than to talk back to my parents. You talking about I'm Afro-American, I'm this. If you don't respect your parents, I got some news for you. You are out of step with history because they have made it possible. They had a lot of sense. Maybe they couldn't explain calculus. Maybe they did not understand the French Revolution, nor the American Revolution, but they had sense enough to take care of you and change your diapers, see to it that you had what you needed, and they bought land, and many of you, parents have left you land, and you didn't have sense enough to know what to do with it. Oh, I love the parents. And parents, this is your show today. And today's show is being made possible by Circle J Mini Mart and Ice Cream, located at 1600 Martin Luther King, where they sell Bluebell ice cream, all different flavors, where you can get anything you want, sundaes, malts, and shake. They have hot and cold sandwiches. Not only that, they have the personality to wait on you. All at Circle J's Mini Market and Ice Cream. You know, some of you don't even know how to speak. You've been to school 2 days and you don't know how to speak to people. But down at Hoffman, we speak to people because that's all part of life. No man is any better than the other man. People are going to have to learn how to be friendly. We shouldn't be afraid of our children. We shouldn't be afraid of them. And you can't make an excuse and tell me somebody else made you do it. If you got pregnant, it was because you wanted to get pregnant. If you're in jail, it's because you decided that you couldn't do without something, and you decided. Make your own decision, but remember your parents, and you had better remember them. You may call me 672-1220, and you can call and give your opinion about your parents. And don't come out here trying to tell me how you respect your parents and you got your behind somewhere in jail. You got your behind somewhere unemployed, somewhere staying out all night, somewhere laying around doing what your parents did not want you to do. You better straighten up and fly right. Frederick Douglass was born a slave and he dreamed of being free. He watched the birds as they flew from limb to limb, and he said, someday I'm going to be free. And then he told some slaves about his plans, and the slaves went to the master and told the master, Frederick Douglass is going to try to escape. And he did, and that night the master was there at the gate waiting on him, and he whipped him. And Frederick Douglass went back, and he said, from now on, I'm not going to tell my slave brothers what I'm going to do, but I'm going to escape. Frederick Douglass escaped from slavery, and then he went to Europe and he worked and came back and walked up to his master and said, I want to pay for my freedom. Yes, sir. And I have some friends out there who've been telling the white folks what I'm saying. You don't have to tell them. I tell them myself, because there are a lot of white people in Oklahoma City that love freedom. There were a lot of white people that marched with Clara Luper when you couldn't be found. And then there were some white folks that spit on Clara Luper. There was some that kicked Mitchell Anderson and kicked Samuel Craig and others. Yes, there was some. But one thing about it, we got to love them anyhow, because the Lord done told us that we can't make it in unless we love everybody. And I made a statement and say, all these white folks love Clara Luper. And some of you call me and say that they didn't. Well, they love me as well as you do, because I have seen you. And I do have some Miss Black Oklahoma City tickets for sale, so do the pages and the contestants and any of you that would love me enough to buy a ticket for me to Miss Black Oklahoma City. Those tickets are $10. You may call me at 672-1220. Now, the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant will be held at the Clarion Theater. The Clarion Hotel. It's a Star Theater, and we have a limited number of seats, and I know you want to see Oklahoma City. You want to see Oklahoma City. Select that one girl that will represent them. Calvin, how are you today?
Oh, well, I'm totally fantastic. You know, this is getting close to my birthday. I want everyone out there to know February 10th is my birthday.
What do you want people to do about your birthday?
Well, they can send me gifts of any size, anything under $100, you know, because I want to accept a gift over $100. That's what Dean and I were just talking about over there. Dean had a beautiful box of cigars he wanted me to have. But I said, Dean, it costs more than $100, so you keep those cigars and you give it to somebody else. But my birthday is February the 10th, and it's ironic that you're talking about parents, because I want you to know how much I appreciate what you've done and how you've done it in so many different ways, but especially for me, Mom.
We have 12 minutes left. If any of you would like to start this Black History Month by saluting your parents, call Clara Loop at 672-1220, because let your parents know it while they are living. And I would like to thank Mrs. Freddie Stevens for that scholarship that she gives every year to Miss Black Oklahoma. And those of you that would like to give scholarships in place of talk, call me at 672-1220.
You know, that's ironic, Mom. How much does the scholarship have to be?
It doesn't make any difference about the amount. Miss Stevens gives a $500 scholarship every year, but there are others that give $25 scholarships. It's left entirely to them. And let me tell you, it's only one Miss Black Oklahoma. Don't let anybody fool you. You can dress it up any way, but it's one Miss Black Oklahoma. And I thank the hundreds of you that have called me and said you don't see how anybody could come in and try to grab a Miss Black Oklahoma something else. And all the names in the dictionary and come up with somebody else's name. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. And this show is being brought to you by Miss Black Oklahoma. University of Central Oklahoma's pageant will be held tonight at 7 o'clock at University of Central Oklahoma. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and I'm talking to you today because I want you to salute your parents. Now you want to know what can you do for Black History Week. Let's show black businesses that we appreciate them. Would you, and I'm writing a letter to my white friends. Dear white friends, since you are so interested in celebrating Black history, let's celebrate it by coming to the East Side, eating in restaurants on the east side of Oklahoma City. Try Stale's Restaurant, located at 1100 Northeast 23rd Street. Try Florence's. Okay, hello?
Mom, that was Mr. Hopgood on the phone, and I think we lost him, but this may be him calling back in. He wants to wish his parents, give them
okay,
the
hello?
Well, we missed him.
Okay, we missed him. So if you want to salute your parents, now don't call out here and talk about how you love your parents if you're going to make your parents cry. Don't do that. If you're going to talk back to your parents, I'd rather see your tongue freeze in your mouth than to hear of your talking about back to your parents.
What
They
about
might be
disobeying your
old-fashioned.
parents?
If you disobey your parents, I have no sympathy for you because your parents have fed you, and every time you flush that toilet stool, it costs your parents money. So you might as well get ready. You get ready, and I will allow you to come out and talk about why you should disobey your parents. Your parents didn't teach you to steal, hook cats, and nothing else. Your parents didn't teach you to kill, and so you need to straighten up and fly right. Now, you aren't going to come to me tell me what a hard time you have. The hardest time you young people have out there is deciding what you're going to wear to school. That's your hard times, or what television show you're going to listen to. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and I'm telling it like I see it. Talking about what I did. I didn't do nothing because it was those parents that sacrificed and worked 2 and 3 jobs to keep shoes on your little feet or your big feet. Those are the ones that I'm saluting today because they deserve it. So many of you saying, well, Miss Luper, I don't want to do anything. If you don't want to do anything, then move out of your parents' house and declare your independence. Yes, hello?
Good morning, Mama. This is Doc. How are you?
I'm fine.
Wonderful. I would like to call, my mother, Mattie Mitchell, had a heart surgery Monday, and she is home recovering, and I would like to wish her a speedy recovery. We love her very much.
Okay, now, I don't want you, Doc, talking about we. I want to know how much you love your mother.
I love her more than anything that I can express. I can express my love for my mother.
Okay, well, thank you so very kindly.
Thank you.
Okay, now, I want to make sure that we are communicating today. Hello? Hello? I want to make sure that you are understanding what I'm saying. Hello?
How you doing today, Miss Luper?
I'm doing fine.
This is Baron Hopgood, and I'd like to salute my mom because I love her so dearly for what she's done for me over the past years. And I'd like to salute you as well, Miss Luper, because you've been a mother to me since I've been in the NAACP.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And I appreciate you.
Okay, are you going to do your best?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I'm asking, and stay out of trouble.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we got to get down to business with our young people. I don't care what you say. You can lock them in and lock them out and everything. But see, so many young people say, well, the law is on our side. My mother whipped me, and I'm going to call 911. Well, 911 better come and get you if you're my child, because I'm not going to feed, clothe, anything that I cannot control. Hello?
Hello, Miss Luper.
Yes.
I just want to salute my mom, even though she's gone on at this time to meet the Lord. But I want to say that I truly believe that I had one of the better moms in this world. I don't think anybody could have had one any better. My mother worked 2 jobs. She had 8 children, and she raised us all to the best of her ability. And not one day do I remember any of us going without shoes. She did her best to keep clothes on our back. Every Christmas, every holiday came, we always had something. And I just want to say I thank God because he blessed me with her. And I've been in the hospital myself, and it seemed like with me, mother, I was with her the day she passed away. I moved into her house when she took ill, and I slept in the bed with my mother the day she died and went on to meet the Lord. So since I've been in the hospital this week, my daughter seemed like has filled my shoes, the same shoes that I had for my mother. And I've not wanted anything. My daughter have worked hard. She goes to school, she works 8 hours a day, and then she comes home and see about her mother. And I thank God, because it looked like the things that I did for my mom is being returned back to me.
And that's Black history.
I can't praise God enough for blessing you with a mother such as she,
Okay,
and I'm just very grateful.
Okay, give me your name again.
Ma'am?
Give me your name again.
My name is Alvina Moy.
Thank you so very kindly.
Yes,
now, that's Black history. Come on and give me some old Black history.
Well, she like I said, she worked 2 jobs. She came in sometimes 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was also a Sunday school superintendent. She left one church. She was superintendent at one church, and then come to the other church and would be the Sunday school secretary. She was a hard-working lady.
Well,
and
thank you.
She didn't take, she didn't take down. She made, like I said, she made sure that we had things that we needed, And that we didn't have, she went and she tried to get.
Well,
So,
okay. Well, thank you so very kindly. And someone else is calling.
yes, ma'am.
And today, if out of this program we can get you to think about your parents. Hello?
Hello, Miss Luper.
Yes.
This is Trojan Peoples, and
Yes.
I'm listening to your program,
Well, thank you.
and I want you to know that I have a mother, and she's still living, and I love her very much. And she have sacrificed so much for me, not only me, the other children. She had 13 children, and the reason I retired was to take care of her, and I'm still taking care of her.
Have you been in any trouble that is...
I've never been in any trouble.
That's black history, honey. That's black history.
She taught us from the beginning.
Thank you so very kindly.
Oh,
Okay, this is a Clara Luper radio show. My grandmother didn't have a degree from one of our universities. She did not go through grade school, but she taught us to raise our hands to the heavens and say, with these black hands, I will not steal anything from anybody. Thank you, Grandma. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
I just want to say that I love you, Mom, and I'm very, very pleased to have been basically raised by you, even as an adult. I just want to say I love you and keep on keeping on. This is Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby. Give me my flowers while I live, because when I die, you won't be coming around. I resolve to remember Clara Luper. You resolve to respect your parents. And to you young people, I don't care how old you are, I don't care how grown you think you are, but I would rather see your tongues freeze in your mouths than to hear you talk back to your parents. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it loud. And if you don't like it, oh my, oh me. And I know my grandchildren are listening, and I know you get sick of me, but don't you cross me. Please, don't cross me. Because when 911 come out, I'll show you who's 911. Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Luper.
Yes.
Listen, my mother and dad is sleeping in yonder stall. This is Geraldine Downey. But I want you to know, I don't need to tell you, because you knew what kind of parent I had. And you knew what kind of training they did for us. And I tell you one thing, since they're not living, I do want to commend my sister Davy Rain, and I got to say something about Clara Luper and Nancy Davis, who's always at their student side whenever crisis arrives. And last but not least, Mrs. Luper, do not forget, you are to be at McGuire, which has been an annual for you, on February the 24th, the last Friday in this month.
I know.
God bless you.
I know those people are tired of me. Every year they invite me up to McGuire.
Because you have so much to offer.
Okay, listen.
Have a great day.
Thank you so very kindly. I'm serious today. We're in the process of celebrating Black history. I hear your songs, and some of you have forgotten to sing the songs of our forefathers. And those people were music specialists. They had degrees from the cotton patch. Yes, but they wrote Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Coming to Carry Me Home. They wrote. And as I look at the clock on the wall, I know it's time for Clara Luper to say goodbye. And when I saw you riding by in that Cadillac, when I saw you in that Mercedes, I said, look at my forefathers, because they wrote Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Coming to Carry Me Home. This is Clara Luper, and if you don't like what I say today, you be nice to your parents. Once again, I'd rather see your tongue freeze in your mouth than to hear you speak back to your parents. Clara Luper reporting.